So the very first thing we did this morning is drive to the mechanic. So it's 6:30 a.m. and we're at the mechanic. This is the first thing that we're doing today because we're having a little bit of an issue with our vehicle. Check engine light has been on for a while. Anyone who watches the vlog knows that it's been on since San Francisco. We diagnosed the problem and Nick thought that he was going to fix it himself, but we just haven't found the time. Kind of came down to the wire yesterday. We're like, hey, are we just going to buy the tools and spend a day, and then by the time we buy all the tools and spend the day, it's may as well just go to the mechanic for this issue. So Nick is just inside the mechanic right now, seeing if we can get in first thing this morning. We were hoping to get off-grid today, but obviously don't want to go off-grid with a check engine light on. But yeah, this morning definitely calls for some coffee, and we're likely, if he takes us, we'll likely be outside the van for a bit. So we'll see what we can get up to in this plaza with nothing else open. All a part of van life. Good luck, Appa.
Good morning. I don't think I've said that yet to everybody. We're at the mechanics, as Rachel mentioned. I had stuck an OBD reader into the van maybe a week ago, and it came up as a 4th cylinder misfire, so which typically just means that spark plug needs to be replaced. So we'd gone to AutoZone, I bought all of the spark plugs, realized that I'm gonna need a lot more tools to install them myself, so figured we'd just take it to a mechanic, bite the bullet. We also need to get an oil change done too, so just figured we'd get it all done at once. After they ran their diagnostic test on it, it's not showing up as the engine light going away, so they now have to take apart the engine, which is going to cost us a lot more money. So they don't know what the problem is. It could be in the injectors, it could be the hull, it could be a number of things. So we are going to pray that it's nothing too expensive and that we get out of this without, too much money being spent. But we are out of the van for the next few hours. Hopefully not much longer than that. Yeah, wish us luck. Feel better soon, Alpha. Well, the mechanic said it's going to be 2 to 3 more hours, so we figured we'd walk to the nearest grocery store, which is a kilometer away, and at least get some groceries because we're running a little low after the weekend. So let's do it.
Place your peppers in the bag.
Grocery shop complete. We've got some food for the next few days. There was a couple things we were missing. We're gonna run over to the Asian supermarket across the road and then back to the van. And hopefully there's some progress made.
Don't speak too soon.
Yeah.
They made multiple repairs, but then they keep having to kind of dig further because every time they think that it's one thing, they do that thing, and then it's not that thing. So they're gonna let us know if it's gonna have to go into a shop. They said that it might take 2 to 3 days. The only good thing about today so far has been the portion sizes from this Chinese food restaurant. Holy shit. These are huge portions for $20, so we were lucky there, I guess. Usually we don't eat these because they're not vegan. I'm not gonna eat it, but I will open it, which feels like a waste of the cookie, but oh, this one doesn't actually have egg in it. Wheat flour, sugar, water, soybean oil. Oh, this one doesn't have egg in it. So I will eat it. How about another fortune?
No, it's on the other side, honey.
Oh.
A day is a span of time no one is wealthy enough to waste.
Okay.
So we found out the problem is in one of these 2 cylinders. He has to get inside and like replace a valve to fix it. He said it's going to be about $29.95 US plus tax. So call it around $3,200 US, which is about $4,000 Canadian. We have to talk to him and figure it out. So yeah, it makes sense for what's going on, but yeah, I mean. Okay, well, about $460 American, so still really expensive, but what can you do? We replaced the spark plugs and got an oil change done, so I mean that's kind of around, it's a little more than the price. I guess obviously they pay the guys for the hours. But, yeah, they got this so dirty. God. The valve's not broken, we know that, because the coil would be broken before the valve. So, yeah. Jeez. Thanks for putting that back together there, guys.
For training purposes.
Love you.
Love you too.
All our telephone staff are currently busy. Please hold and we'll assist you as soon as possible.
Good afternoon, you're speaking with Tammy. Can I please start with your full name, including any middle names?
Yeah, my name is Rachel. So in the end of all that, of course my camera's dying. We called a car friend guy. Of course I tried to film this earlier and then the camera died. We've just been having the worst luck today, it feels like. But we're trying to not get too down on ourselves because it doesn't really help anything. And I also look like I've been crying, and that is true, but it's not because of the car problems, the engine problems, and the van problems, the opera problems. It's because I'm editing a video right now of us leaving the house set, and wow, those dogs really had such an impact on us, those last dogs that we have sat, and that I just get emotional every time I see the footage. But that's not to say I didn't cry today. I did cry today. I'd have a little spurt and then get it together again. It's just really stressful when, for me, it's really stressful because I don't know a lot about cars, vans, and I'm learning as I go, but it's really, for me personally, I get into, I like to be in control and know what's going on, and for someone else to be telling you, the price of things and, the risk of things and stuff, you hope that they're telling you the truth, and the guy that we were working with was really trustworthy, so it's not that I didn't trust him, it's just, yeah, I wish that I had known and I could assess the problems for myself, basically, and that's not something that I currently have the skills to do, and that is a really frustrating feeling to be oh, I want so badly to have a say in this, but I don't really know enough about it. Anyways, I'm going to try to say this really fast because the card is full. I haven't had time to dump footage. I haven't had time to charge the camera, so the camera is like dying and the card is full. But we're just going to leave it here for the day. We'll update you guys in the morning. I do want to document this all, but it's hard to document when you're going through it. So I hope that we're doing an okay job. I'm just going to eat more Chinese food. At least the Chinese food is really good. Nick's watching a hockey game with his headphones in. I'm going to keep editing, and we will see you guys in the morning. Okay, bye. So as you can see, we made it to the desert. It's been a few days since we filmed. Honestly, we were going to kind of like close out this vlog that night. And then the next day we were going to close out the vlog and we're like, hey, we have to update them on what's going on. But honestly, we just had no desire to talk to the camera about any of this. And yeah, we were just like processing it a lot. Like we were fine. Really, like our moods were okay and everything, but we just felt like so low energy after that day. There was so much like stress and thinking and all of that involved with making a decision like we did. And you know, just being out of our tiny home for that entire day could make us nap for an entire week. Like that was already a situation that we're really not used to and that we haven't had to experience yet while being on the road. All that being said, we're ready to talk about it now, and we made a decision, and this is what it was.
So as you guys saw in the video earlier, I was like patting the engine. So that was underneath this piece here, which is the doghouse. So this just comes off, and like right under here is our engine. All along here, there's 4 cylinders. There's 4 cylinders along the other side. Essentially what our problem was not the spark plugs that sit in the cylinders that cause the engine to fire up and turn on, which is typically what a misfire is. It's just a simple problem like that. But for us, because it's such an old engine, it turns out what the problem is not a coil, which maybe we thought was the other issue, and it's not the spark plug wires. So it's actually within the cylinder itself, the valve. There's like a little plunger in there that goes up and down, and that is not firing properly. In a way, I am kind of glad that we went and got it checked out, because now we know what the issue is. He had quoted us at $3,000 USD to basically take off the head on both sides and replace the valves that are in there. Normally at that point I would call my dad, but he's not around to call anymore. So I called my mom, and she doesn't really know much about engines, so, or at least not enough to help me out in that situation. So she actually was with our neighbor at the time, who knows quite a fair bit about how vehicles work, and he definitely helped put my mind at ease. He said, no, like I wouldn't pay to get that done right now. He said that, you know, he asked what my engine was and all that. He said, well, you can try and put some lubricant in with your oil. And then I just took it upon myself to also put some cleaner in with a full tank of gas as well.
And the other thing that the neighbor pointed out to us as well is like, yeah, you could make this repair, but you're still working on an old engine. And the chance of our engine, like us ever needing a complete engine rebuild now is maybe kind of high. And we were like kind of just assessing the prices of everything. And obviously a complete engine rebuild would be really expensive. But so is this. So we're getting an OBD reader and just kind of keeping an eye on it for now. And then if the problem persists or gets worse, then we deal with it then. We weren't really in the position to send our van to the shop for 3 days for $3,000. That's not kind of where we're at right now.
Plus hotel fees. Yeah,
hotel and like, I mean, food, all of our shit's in here. We cook everything in here. Like, it'd be like going on a 3-day vacation on top of all the shop prices. So that's kind of where we're at now, and why we came to the decision that we came to just leave the mechanic without getting that fully repaired. So we still left with like a $400, was it $400? 450?
Yeah, around that 450, I think.
Yeah, 450 USD bill to really just get an oil change and a new spark plug.
New spark plugs, they replaced them all.
But we also got the diagnosis and we're able to like kind of monitor it ourselves.
Yeah.
And have people in our lives who are fluent when it comes to car shit and are kind of on our side and helping us with that. So that's where we're at now. We definitely want to fill you guys in on what happened. I know that this video kind of sucks, but van life can sometimes suck. So now we're out in the desert, we're monitoring the problem, we know what the problem is, and we'll see where this van takes us. But anyway, whatever. Thank you for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Before I forget, I'm in the front seat. We've got our Reflectix on the windows because it's very hot in the desert. But one way that you can support us if you want to, we do have our merch for sale. You should see it in the shelf down below. I think if you're on a phone, it might be up on the side. But anyways, just one way to support us if you want. Also, the merch itself is sick, so definitely check it out. And don't forget to like and subscribe as well. We appreciate that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.